The Black Cat and the Vampire Volume 1 review. Here at Anime Yuki News, we're big fans of Tokipop's Love Love imprints, formerly known as Love Love. So, it goes without saying that I always have my eye on their new releases, and today I'm here to talk about a series that combines two of my favorite things, boys love and vampires, with this first volume of The Black Cat and Vampire. And The Vampire proved a compelling read. Let's find out. The story is set in Blank College High School, which is an all-boys boarding school hidden away in the top of the mountain. The school prides itself on teaching its students to be a gentleman and cultivate their independence, ready for when they set foot in the working world. Here we met a protagonist, Yuki Hasegawa, a first year who keeps him to himself and holds his classmates at arm's length. That is, apart from second year and head boy Jean Michel, who is known around the school for his handsome appearance and ability to charm everyone around him. Despite wanting to spend his time studying, Yuki is regularly dragged into doing student council work by Jean. Luckily, Jean is willing to pay for his time with extra food. Yuki has a large appetite, but all the same, he wishes Jean will refute the rumors that the two are a couple. Still, one morning Yuki is surprised to find that the cafeteria is not for once talking about Jean. Instead, there are rumors of a vampire running rampant after first year Aula Agrel was found in bed exhausted with two small puncture holes in his neck. While most of the students don't believe in vampires and are willing to wave off the rumors, one boy, Marius, is convinced he's right and that others will be in danger should he do nothing. Marius believes it so strongly in his theory that he ends up stocking up on books about vampires in the hopes of learning their weaknesses, or at least how to tell if someone isn't human. Then Yuki overhears him talking with the housemaster about a similar case 20 years ago, in which a mummified mud body was found in campus. Yuki begins to wonder if the two cases are connected and that perhaps Jean knows something. At the very least, Yuki suspects he knows more than he's letting on. Could it be that Jean isn't as human as he appears? This isn't mangaka Niki Tano's first release in English. Readers may recognize their other series, An Unmapped Country, Somewhere in This World, A Paradise of Eternal Night, or My Personal Weatherman, which currently has a live-action adaptation available in Viki. However, this is the first release both here in Japan, to run for more than a single volume, and I think that's the right decision whereas a lot of happening in The Black Cat and the Vampire, as well as there being a lot of different characters and relationships to juggle. Having two volumes also means that Taino has time to develop the vampire side of things. Readers are left piecing together based on the big picture alongside Yuki until we're finally given answers at the very end of Volume 1. In the meantime, we get to see Yuki come out of his shell and grow closer to his classmates, as he quietly investigates the attack as part of the student council, as paced well, with nothing feeling unnatural or rushed, which is great because this genre is series that only run for a volume or two, so I really have time to do justice to every aspect. Of course, it might stick the landing in volume 2, but right now, I'm not overly concerned about that. It's easy to see why Taino's work is now regularly being licensed for English release too. Their artwork is charming with plenty of detail and attractive character designs. The setting of this series is seemingly supposed to be Europe, given the names of many of the characters and the design of the school. Students are said to come from all over the world, which gives justification for Jean's blonde hair and European appearance, in contrast to Yuki, who has a smaller build and black hair implying, perhaps being of Asian ethnicity. There's clearly been a lot of care and attention put into crafting nitty-gritty details of the world in the series. As mentioned earlier, The Black Cat and the Vampire Volume 1 comes to the West thanks to Tokipop under their Love Love imprint. This release has been translated by Christine Dashiell, and it reads well with no issues. One thing I will say is that the series has only rated an older teen, despite some fairly graphic sexual scenes, and I was surprised by that as the publisher usually goes with the mature rating in titles like this. Perhaps it will be pumped up for Volume 2. Volume 1 is currently available digitally, with the physical release planned for October 10, with Volume 2 is getting a digital release later this month and a physical release in December, so not too long to wait between releases, thankfully. Overall, The Black Cat and the Vampire's first volume proves a worthwhile read if you are a fan of both vampires and the boys love genre. Author Niki Taino has really put a lot of draw into how to depict these settings and its characters, which comes drawn to the reader is a flip drawn to story. Hopefully, Volume 2 will offer a satisfying conclusion to it all. 8 out of 10.